Following on from my last video, which looked at the trials and tribulations, let's say, of Miss Kim Kardashian, this reading is about another celebrity going through some, according to the media, difficult times in her relationship. So I thought I would compare and contrast the two women, not in great detail, but just to give two different readings based on my meditations of each of the individuals and how I have interpreted the card, so that I can, perhaps get some questions from some of you out there in the world of YouTube, so that I can further develop my own skills in this area. So the last card reading was about Kim Kardashian, and if you missed it, it was basically describing how she is controlled by the business that she has created, her mother has created around her, the good times that came with that over time, involving her having to sell a little bit of her soul and who she is, but having acceptance in that, not enjoying it. The swords that were indicated, the 7 of swords in the ground, indicated it was unpleasant, but understood that it was a needed thing to happen to pay bills and to continue living in a certain manner. But she's a hard worker, Kim Kardashian, and I think she's definitely someone that believes in true love. I hope she finds it one day, but she would need to walk away from the reversed Hierophant and the industry that sort of feeds off her, and I think is being quite mean to her at the moment. Either that, or it's a good sales ploy to sell magazines to insecure girls who want to see a celebrity looking bad. Like, it kind of preys on that sick fear. And Beyonce, another celebrity that you're going to see in magazines that my 12-year-old nieces buy, and my mother, who I will not give away her age, and I'm not even going to admit what magazines I read, because that is just sad. So for Beyonce, her opening card, her position, is the 8 of Swords, and like Kim, which started with the 7 of Swords, I think Beyonce's moved beyond that stage of Kim now. And in regards to her relationship with Jay-Z, I think definitely they're not even bothering to argue. They're living separate lives right now, today. So that's basically the situation. I'm not going to jazz it up with any more exciting descriptions. They're just living separate lives. So what's this thing? Many things would have led to this, and I think the situation with all those swords, I think there's lots of different layers to what the problem is, but one of the biggest ones is this cup, Ace of Cups. I think her obstacle in a way is Jay-Z, because he is someone that's in control of the sorts of songs that she sings, what songs other young up-and-comers are going to sing, and I think that it's actually stifled her creativity. And I think there's this emergence, this wanting to go back and do what she does, which is perform. I feel at the moment she's not being given the freedom to do the music that she wants to do. And the Ace of Cups is also possibly, if you want to call it an obstacle, the child. I think with Kim and Beyonce, both of the children did not even register in this reading. So take that back. There's probably 2 cards here that could have some connection to the child, but I think for her, she wants to move on and get back to what she wants to do, and that is perform, make music. That is what she's passionate about. She's dead bored at the moment, and like I said, they're just living separate lives, so why continue to act like everything is fine? So the next card, this unconscious, as I talked about, unconscious into consciousness. I think the unconscious already knows what is required, and that is the end of the situation as it is represented in the death card here. I think the time to decide is right now, and I think if we see anything happen, it's going to happen, I would say, very, very soon. You know, and I'm going to say 3 months, because in celebrity world, that's not a very long time. You know, we knew that Chris Martin and Gwyneth were on the rocks, but it was something that was protracted. It was well staged, well managed, but it's going to happen. It really is. It should just happen quickly. So the past situation for her, and when I talk about the past card, I often put a time frame of up to 6 months. So anywhere from 3 to 6 months. This idea, stay or go, follow my passion, or, you know, wait till the time's right. So the 2 swords represent the 2 ideas, the 2 arguments that are going through her mind at the moment. And it's that same old argument. It's that repetitive argument. So I think she's got to the point now with this unconscious that it's full steam ahead to the next card, which is the Ace of Wands. And that's the possible future outcome. To me, Beyonce is itching to get out. She's itching to go and perform her own stuff, be in control of herself, her creativity, and move in this new and exciting direction that she's been thinking about, this obstacle. You know, she's been thinking about it, and I think she's ready to just go out and get it and do it. So expect changes in music style, and expect changes in her situation. But I think definitely there's going to be some new stuff, new and exciting stuff coming out, which might be different to the card, the Beyonce, sorry, that we know from the past. So yeah, again, the Ace of Wands, I guess, I just want to sort of say to people, it's something that is in the media a lot, and it's, you know, Jay-Z sleeping with other women, and like, I don't even feel like that is the reason Beyonce, God, it sounds like you know the person, wants to go. I don't think that even phases her. I think she knows what is part and parcel. She's been in the industry a long time. That happens. You know, I don't know why we're so shocked about it, and I don't think that that is something that bothers her at all. In fact, I like to think that she's got, you know, 10 guys on booty call that are hot, because I'm not going to say it, no. He's just not that cute. But, you know, some people do marry for love or money or personality or connections, you know. So some of those things I can perhaps say, if you were a booty call, you know, if it's not money, if it's not connections, then he must have a great personality. Yeah, so I think she knows that she's hot and that her talents are being kind of wasted in her current situation. So the future outcome now is the Fool. It's a major arcana surrounded by the Death card, which is a major arcana, 2 aces, which is this amazing energy that's starting to come from within, and, you know, before long, when she gets the idea, it's going to come very quick and fast. And that's why I think Death is represented in the Fool, but also she's done her journey from the card number 1, the Magician, up to the end. So the Fool can either be seen as a beginning or an end of something. So that's why I think if that's in her immediate future, she's going into something very new, a new phase, a new time in her life. I think it shows, you know, this childlike energy, vigor, having dreams for the future. All of that is reflected in this card, and also reminded in the Death card that it's not been happening in the past. I think she will overcome her fears. She's very confident and she's not afraid to do things, because she wouldn't be Queen Bee if she was, would she? So the next card is related to card number 3. It's sort of like this unconsciousness. Why has she not done it before? And I think there is probably, when I say 3 to 6 months, they are going to have to work stuff out. You know, there is, as much as you think, oh, you know, they're both rich, there is going to be some legal, monetary issues that need to be worked out, possibly even to do with childcare arrangements. Although I don't feel it's strongly the kid in this, but a Blue Ivy, sorry. But then that wasn't the question. And I think if you ask me a question, you need to be really specific. I can't have 10 different answers for you. I like to have clear, concise ones. So this was about Beyonce. I could do another spread, do a slightly different layout to answer that question. So sometimes asking 3 or 4 questions so that I can then develop that further. So I think the reason things aren't happening, and she knows it, there is stuff that needs to be sorted out. Both parties are going to hold on tightly to what they rightfully think is theirs. But I say, you know, Beyonce, do you need a gold-crusted toilet seat on your private jet? I think you are already successful in your own right. Move on quickly might be my advice, because I just love your music and I want to learn all your dances. As I mentioned in my intro video, I have actually watched the Single Ladies clip quite a few times, including parodies, and desperately wanted to learn that routine but just couldn't get beyond the first maybe 30. Did I say 30 seconds? 3 seconds. So the next card is the Surround, and that is the Queen of Pentacles. I think to me it strengthens the card that comes before, the Four of Pentacles. Like I say, this woman is a self-sufficient female, and she hasn't got to where she is through anything but hard work, determination and brains, and beauty, of course. She's absolutely gorgeous. I think she's already financially stable, the Surrounds, and, you know, oh, too close, too far, no, down. I think, yeah, she's already stable and will continue to grow her wealth, so she doesn't need to worry too much. But I guess, you know, you need to still be smart. You don't just walk out, you know, it needs to be done properly. So her hopes and fears is the Five of Pentacles. You know, when I was younger, I used to hate getting this card because, you know, the person that was receiving it would just look at it and go, my life is over. There's 5 broken up pentacles and women cold and, you know, no food in the basket. It looks like, I don't even want to joke about it, but it looks like Germany at the end of the war. Everything's broken down. There's smoke around. People are cold, rugged up. It doesn't depict a positive thing, but I think when it comes in the position of the hopes and fears, it's not a reality that's happening. But I think that Beyonce is no fool, and that through a conscious uncoupling, let's say, where does that go? Sorry. Through an unconscious uncoupling with her current partner, you know, it will be a dark time for her. And when she goes through what will be a hard time, some of the people that, you know, might be with you now are not going to follow you along the way. And it kind of represents that it will show you who the real people are in your life that are going to be with you while you go through these difficult times. It will show who your real friends are, Beyonce. And God, I'm actually talking to you like I know you, but yeah, the true friends will travel the path and be fully supportive of her, because it is going to be tough. they're part of an industry where people like people for different reasons, and if it means getting contracts and gigs or talking to Beyonce, sometimes people put themselves before other people, and that's normal, that's human nature. I really, really, hate to think like that, but that is sometimes the reality. So people who she thought were her friends are going to be moving away, but it would definitely shine a light on those people that genuinely care about her best interests at heart. Which leads us to the final card, her future. Going back to the superficial friends, I really think that Beyonce is different to Kim. Kim is kind of a bit more wishy-washy. I get that feeling when I think about her. I think Beyonce is a much more deep, meaningful, and intuitive person. And I think she already knows who her true friends are. But when the time gets tough, that's going to be the test. So the final card, the Six of Pentacles, future outcomes. So Kim's reading ended with the King of Wands. I kind of see that being her being controlled, selling herself a little bit, looking for love, looking at things through rose-coloured glasses. But at the same time, she's in control of everything that she does. So Beyonce's future outcome card is Six of Cups. And I think that, that can be represented in two ways. It's the pleasure in giving now, being able to give more time, energy, or also to receive. And so maybe Beyonce is at a time where she might need to be receiving support, as well as finding joy in giving as well. So it's an interesting card to end with. It's the future. I think she will become more philanthropic. Tongue-tied right on the very last card. Someone who, like Steve Jobs, or who's the guy? Oh God, I'm getting tired now. Take that thought back. Basically, she will find the joy in giving and sharing what skills she has, because at the moment she's so controlled, she can't just be who she is. So I think, she will feel the joy in being a mentor, and maybe, like I said, she's going to move in a new direction, and that could also mean the type of work that she will be doing, whether she becomes, her own record label and mentors people, or even something like Oprah. I think that she's a very open, giving person. I don't think her money-making days are over yet at all. She's got many, many years ahead of her. But her current situation, I see that her star has stopped shining so bright. And she needs to change the situation in whatever way possible. Possibly, I think, feeling lonely, isolated, not in control of what she does. And so I just pulled out that card, the Queen of Cups, to conclude, like the 11th card. And I think the Queen of Cups it indicates having passion. It indicates someone who's following their passion. Whereas Kris Kardashian may have done it in a slightly less moralistic way. I think it's her following her passion, whether it's artistic, personal development, even finding love. I think that under all of it, it is about she's Queen Bee, and she's totally in control of who she is and her direction in life. And I think this woman works off positive energy. And that, look, in different card readings, it might not be, but the cards around it, the really positive aces, the ones that represent passion, passion, energy, a love for something, a deep desire to achieve, so it kind of, those three cards symbolize to me, along with the Fool and Death, big changes, but it's like a butterfly will emerge. Cannot wait. Thank you all so very much for listening to my tarot card reading about Kim Kardashian and Beyonce. Two amazing women in the spotlight, but dealing with their celebrity in very different ways. Thank you.